welcome to this special Halloween edition of It's Not That Late with Liv Harrison. I am your host, Liv, and I have a co-host today, just for part of it. This is Kana. If you're a listener of the show, you have seen or heard Kana with her segment called Kana's Corner. But today we're doing something special because we love Halloween, but we also love All Saints Day and All Souls Day, and it kind of kicks off the holiday season, don't you think, Kana?
Yes.
Like coming into it all. Definitely. So do you know what I'm dressed as? Like, because there's some people who aren't watching, they're listening on the radio or they're listening on a podcast. Can you tell what I am, like, at all?
It kind of looks like a Hawaii 5-0 of Liv Harrison. Like, I don't know.
Hawaii 5-0? Oh, you mean like in the 80s? Like that kind of a thing? No, and that's fair. I am a super fan of the Liv Harrison show. Is that great? Look at this. I got a spray painted shirt. It does look like the 80s. I had this made in Florida. I had it made on purpose, not for this. I didn't know I would be wearing it for the Halloween special. Like, that was not planned. And I had an airbrushed hat. Who doesn't love airbrushing? I mean, like, when I was little, I have an airbrushed shirt. Do you remember? Do you remember?
Oh, yes.
You have it now.
Yes, I do. I put it on my dog all the time.
Yeah, because it's really, really tiny. I was like, when I was 2 years old, my parents, when we went to Florida, had an airbrush shirt made and it said Olivia. And Kana puts it on our little tiny dog, Jack, all the time. It's really cute. But I love airbrush, but it is 80s.
I mean, I love the Crayola airbrush. That's fun. That's the only, thing that I can do at my age, but yeah.
Okay, so it's not cool. I look 80s.
No, I like it.
You do?
Yes.
Okay, that's cool.
It has some of my favorite colors.
Okay, that's nice. They were trying to keep it on brand.
I like the star.
Thank you. I put the star because I'm a super fan, and so I feel like that's what a super fan would do.
You should have put a fan.
I don't think I have any fans, so I'm it. This is it. I'm the one and only fan, and so therefore I made it super.
Kind of me.
So Kana, let's talk a little bit before we go into this. We have a really fun guest today. I know. And you know him. He's a really good friend of ours, Father Darryl. Do you remember where Father Darryl lives? It's not in this country.
Why'd you put me on the spot like this?
Canada.
Canada. Oh.
We've hung out with Father Darryl before, and he's going to be our guest because he's really into Halloween, and he's an incredible priest. But you, my friend, you love Halloween, and we posted some pictures on the internet back in September, which is when we're filming. My favorite costume that you ever wore. Do you know what it was?
The giant eyeball.
You were a bloody eyeball.
Yes.
Yes, and if you're listening on the radio, can you describe this eyeball?
So it was basically, me and my brother had matching eyeball costumes.
Because he was so kind to do that.
Yes. But basically, your head, it looks like an eyeball, but you have these springy, fabric-y things, and it's the veins. And it's really gross, kind of, but it's like a full-body eyeball suit. And what would you call the middle of your eye?
Is that the iris? Is that the middle of your eye? The black part?
I
Or is that the color part?
No,
the pupil. The pupil.
Okay.
The pupil.
So the pupil is mesh, and that's where you look out of.
I homeschooled her for a year, so we all know that went well.
Sure. Let's say that. My teachers, if you're watching, I kind of know things, but I should probably get extra help.
Okay, keep going, Kana. So your face was where the pupil was, and then there was the color. So we have the pictures. We'll post them again. If you're listening, you got to check it out. These costumes were so cute. And Zach, my son, my kids are 7.5 years apart, and he always wanted to match Kana. So every year, and I'm not kidding, even as an 18-year-old, he always is like, what does Kana want to dress up as for Halloween? Because he will match her, which is like the cutest thing ever. So when Kana picked out this eyeball costume, and it was called a bloody eyeball, Zach was like, cool. And so y'all did. Y'all went.
Yes.
And how many people still to this day talk about that bloody eyeball costume? Because it wasn't gross.
Well,
but it was cool. People
I know
it.
We do.
We talk about it. But
so that's at least 4.
You went to dance class?
Yes, I went to dance class in my bloody eyeball costume.
And you did your Halloween dance.
I did.
I know. And if we have the video, we'll try to post it. We'll see. We'll see if that happens. So I'm not going to make any promises, but it might happen this episode. We're not sure. So that was my favorite costume. The only time as a family that we've ever dressed up the four of us matching. Do you remember what we all were characters of what famous movie? You love it. It's your dad's favorite movie.
Wizard of Oz.
The Wizard of Oz.
He's reading it to me right now. So I was like, oh, boom. He's like, Kana, have you seen it? Kana, have you seen it? Every 5 seconds.
Oh, the movie?
Yes. He keeps forgetting that I've seen it.
Oh, okay. But he's reading the book. No one's read you the book before?
No.
What have I been doing as your mother? Don't answer that.
Nothing.
Okay, great. So, Kana, who played who in The Wizard of Oz in this?
I know I was Dorothy, and I had a stuffed animal as Toto. Oh, we should do that because now we have a dog.
Yeah, that's true.
Who
was I? Do you remember? I was the Scarecrow.
Oh, you were the Scarecrow. I think Dad was the Tin Man, right?
Yeah.
And Zachary was the Cowardly Lion.
Yeah, and that was really fun. That's the only time we ever dressed up as a family.
I've been Dorothy 3 times.
Because you're really great at Dorothy, actually.
I mean, I don't have to act.
Kana. So what do you love about Halloween? It's the night before All Saints Day, which is a really important day in the church. It's, we go to Mass and it's a big deal. So the night before All Hallows Eve, it was a celebration. And now we have fun. We wear costumes and we go and we get candy. Is that what you love?
I mean, yes.
The candy?
I love the candy and the trick-or-treating because I normally go with my cousins and that's super fun. One of my favorite candies is candy corn.
What, you actually like, because let's be honest, there's a controversy about candy corn, whether people like candy corn or not.
I love candy corn. This is freeze-dried candy corn.
This is freeze-dried candy corn?
Yes.
Where did you get this?
At the Tomball's Farmers Market. It's very good. They have this whole stand. They are an amazing company. I love them so much.
What are they called?
I don't know. I have the bottle back there.
But the guy freeze-dries what?
Well, we got freeze-dried sourdough grilled cheese.
She brought me that.
Freeze-dried cheesecake, strawberry cheesecake. I got freeze-dried, those little tiny unwrapped square, or
Starburst.
Yes, Starburst.
Candy corn.
Yeah, candy corn. Freeze-dried cherry. Basically everything.
He does vegetables.
Corn, yeah. Okra, pickles, everything.
This guy freeze-dries all this stuff and sells it at the market.
Yeah.
At the farmer's market, and Kane is obsessed.
Oh, they freeze-dry sharp cheddar cheese and different types of cheese in slices.
That's crazy. I don't even understand. So are we going to eat this candy corn?
Yes.
Is it going to be loud in the microphone? I hope it makes a noise. Can y'all hear that?
It sounds like you guys are breaking your teeth.
Oh my God. Does it sound like when somebody's chewing ice?
It sounds worse.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about this. You're going to keep eating it? Don't do that to the people. Oh God. I'm not a candy corn person. JW, are you a candy corn person?
Yes.
You like it?
Absolutely.
You do?
I don't know if I would like this freeze-dried stuff, but yeah.
It's very
crunchy.
I can tell.
You heard it here. You heard it first. Freeze-dried candy corn is crunchy. Now listen, when I went to school at Texas Tech, I don't know if you have ever heard of this, JW or Kana, which you probably haven't, is that people would have bowls of candy corn in their homes with salted peanuts mixed together. And it was served as when you come to somebody's house and they have
Fruit
a bowl of
nuts.
Well, I mean, yeah, but I'm saying, a bowl of nuts,
Yeah.
but they would do candy corn and nuts. Have you ever heard of that?
That sounds really bad.
No, it's that salty sweet situation.
Yeah, I don't know if I've heard of candy corn and peanuts before, but
that sounds really weird.
There's definitely mixed bags of that kind of stuff.
Yeah, with the salty sweet. I love salty
peanuts?
sweet.
Peanuts?
So also in West Texas, they take Dr. Pepper. I should have asked this when Catherine Whitaker was here. And they pour salted peanuts, a bag of salted peanuts, the planters, into the Dr. Pepper, and you shake it.
This sounds problematic.
It's true.
That one I actually.
And then you drink the Dr. Pepper, and then the peanuts are all like fat. You know what I mean? Because they've taken. I wish everybody could see JW's face, but we don't have the camera on him. And they get all plump, and then you eat the peanuts after you drink the Dr. Pepper, and it's like okay, nobody's gonna come to touch it.
I love like.
Can't get on board with that. It sounds like you go to the fair and they got these deep fried Twinkies.
Yes.
And it's like we soak our peanuts in Dr. Pepper.
We do.
It's
easy to do.
I bet it's easy.
That one sounds good, but like.
And the candy corn and the peanuts is good. Everybody's gonna try it now.
Yeah,
for Halloween.
it kind of sounds good, but I love like
sounds
the
good.
really plump, chewy cashews. So I have this like really good ice cream, and it has cashews in it, and the cashews are so good when you eat them.
Because I got all fluffy because of being in whatever. So Kana, you love Halloween. You love dressing up. You love candy
corn.
Okay, what do you love about All Saints Day, All Souls Day? Because you've gone to Catholic school and y'all dress up as a saint.
We do. I think we did one. But at my other school that I used to go to, we would have an entire day dedicated to it, and we would play games all day.
For All Saints Day?
Yes.
And you would come as your favorite saint. Do you remember any of the ones that you dressed up as?
I know I was a nun. But I don't.
Well, that narrows it down. The one saint that's a nun.
Thousands.
Oh, you know, that one. That saint.
That nun. I think she was from The Sound of Music.
Oh, very funny. That was a joke, everybody. Please let them know that you...
No, it was not from The Sound of Music. Don't worry.
It's a real saint.
I don't know. Do you remember?
I don't know. You've been all... I think one year you were Saint Therese of Lisieux because she has roses. She's a nun.
One year I was like...
You were a princess. You were a princess saint.
Yes.
There's a couple of...
I think I was a...
Of Hungary, right?
I think I might have been... Was I a priest one year?
No.
I can't remember.
We weren't
No,
that.
I think I was always a nun.
Every year?
Every year.
So we didn't get creative at all. Anyway, so that's what's really great. Halloween, we love just for fun, for dressing up and for candy. And then All Saints Day, we go to Mass. And we talk about the saints and All Souls Day. You know, there's the movie Coco, which came out with Disney, which I know, you know, it's a secular movie and a lot of people, whatever, with Disney, but it does kind of touch on a little bit of all of this in a different way, which I gotta be honest, Coco, not my favorite film. What about you?
I like Coco. I think it's a sad film.
It is sad.
But
It is sad.
I think it's a really good film, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, I
Do you think
like
it kind of puts a different spin on the whole season of that we're happening right now?
Yeah, I think it goes more into like the Mexican traditions, which I think is really cool because you get to learn about the culture.
Yeah.
So-
Which we in Texas, we're exposed to that a lot.
Yeah.
With the sugar skulls and things like that. Like that's something that we see a lot in
Well,
Houston.
in Spanish class, during October, we would always make like all these skulls and stuff and pumpkins and everything.
Memento Mori, you know, right? Am I saying that right?
It's-
Memento Mori?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
great.
it's like remember the dead, right?
Yeah. And your death and all that. So, okay. So Kana has a little something else before we go on with getting Father Darryl in Canada and seeing what he's dressed up as.
Yes.
I'm obviously a super fan, but Kana, what are you dressed up as? We'd even ask your costume.
It's a bit of a long story.
Okay, let's do it. Let's push this back a little bit. Now I want you to move your mic so we can continue. I'm gonna sit because that way
I'm a
we're not
little
looking
bit
at
tall.
me. Yeah. So how about that? I'll do that.
Okay.
You can put the camera on her. Or do you wanna can you squat?
No, I have to stand up.
Okay. All right, Kana, you ready? So what is your costume that you're wearing?
Well, I don't have a costume yet. Mom, can you help me figure out mine?
Sure.
Okay.
You have a Universal Florida Studio shirt.
I can pretend to be I can pretend to work at Universal.
Oh, okay. So these are jobs. You can pretend to work. Okay.
I can be an anime character.
You just took off your Universal shirt. You're taking off an anime shirt. Okay.
I can pretend to play for the Texans.
You have on a Texans jersey. Okay. So these are all jobs. Okay. Great.
I can pretend to be an Xbox player, which I kind of already am.
There you go. You could pretend that you.
I can pretend to work at Disney World.
Yes. I would vote yes. Wait. I'll hold your shirt. Took off the Disney shirt. What's underneath?
I can pretend to be a doctor.
Oh, that's Drip Dynamics. That's my friend who does the IV. He comes and does our vitamins and minerals through IVs.
And I can work at this really cool place called Veritas Catholic. It's like amazing. I love them.
And you ended with a Veritas Catholic shirt. Kana, is that where you work? You work for Veritas Catholic. That's what you're going to be as. You could be Steve Lee, the guy in charge. Say hi, Mr. Steve.
Hi, Mr. Steve.
So everybody, Kana came up with that all on her own. She put on all these shirts, and she's never even seen Friends, which if anybody is a Friends fan, that kind of reminds me of when Joey put on all of Chandler's clothes, and she just took one off at a time and ended up with Veritas. She came up with the whole thing, Steve. Give her a job. Give her an internship. That was awesome, Kana. You can sit now. You guys, you are tuned into a really special, fun episode. We are doing Halloween. We'll talk about Saints Day, Souls Day, all the things. It's Not That Late with Liv Harrison. Welcome back to It's Not That Late with Liv Harrison, and I am with my wonderful guest, Father Darryl, who is coming all the way from Canada, eh? And did I do that correctly?
You sure did.
Father Darryl, I have now had the privilege of knowing you for a while. I mean, we have to say that we're like old friends. We're not like new. We used to say we were new friends, but we can't say that anymore. Like, this is like, oh, it's Liv and Father Darryl. It's old.
Not old, just old friends.
Right, old friends. Right.
That's
exactly.
it.
No,
That's
we're not.
it.
We're not old. Actually, what's crazy is we're actually pretty close in age, which is our birthdays are coming up in case anybody cares. But one of the fun things is that I met you pre-pandemic in real life when Canadians were allowed to leave their country. And you're a priest. You're still a priest. And at the time, you were in the United States and you were visiting. We have a lot of mutual friends. Our big mutual friend is Jen Fulweiler. And fun fact about you is that before the pandemic, what would you do with Jen Fulweiler and her family every year? That it just is such a fun story.
I would fly down to their hometown and we would go trick-or-treating. It just as you do, you know, it's Canadians going down to the United States to trick or treat, because up here, quite often, a lot of years on Halloween, you got to put a big winter jacket on. So I remember growing up, we used to get pretty used to making sure a costume would be something that would fit over our winter parka. Because, you know, a lot of ghosts and that kind of thing. Because
I'm a circus tent.
A lot of times you'd have a big blizzard beforehand, and
wow,
it's the best you could do.
So you became friends with Jen Fulweiler, who lives in Texas, and you're like, she's not going to have a blizzard. I'll go to her.
Although 2 times now I've brought the cold weather with me.
That's crazy.
The last time I was down on Halloween, I think I checked the weather. It was actually colder where we were in Texas than it was back home here in Saskatoon.
That's what you get for coming
awesome.
to Texas for Halloween. That is too funny. Now I got to ask the really important question here, you know, because you're a pastor and you're now the chancellor, which those of us who are your friends, when you got that, we all sent you the same Star Wars memes that day. I think you probably got like inundated with Chancellor Palpatine, because if anybody knows you and maybe they don't, Father Darryl is a huge sci-fi guy and he has no shame about it. You will incorporate sci-fi into your homilies. Like you're really a Trekkie. That is your love, but you don't hate Star Wars. I'm a Star Wars fan, and we've had many conversations on the internet and in real life as friends about the difference. We both love Galaxy Quest, and that's one of your favorites of all time. But you really are a Trekkie. So I have so many questions about this, but let's get to the real pressing one. Every year that you go to the Fulweilers, are you always in what you're wearing today? For those of the people who are not watching on YouTube, Father Darryl is wearing a Star Trek. Is this an officer uniform? I don't know. You're going to have to educate me.
Yes, this is, I'm wearing a Starfleet uniform from the Next Generation era. This is a red shirt. So I guess it'd be command track. A lot of bridge officers wear it. And I didn't want to push my luck. So, you got a rank insignia on your collar. I'm not a captain.
Okay.
I'm a lieutenant commander, and yes, I'll say that the Canadian way. I'm a lieutenant commander because I didn't want to push my luck. I don't want to be in charge of the Enterprise, but I just want to help out. So,
and you have your priest collar. So would you, here's a question. If you were on the Enterprise, would you be a priest on the Enterprise?
Yeah, I guess I'm wearing the wrong color for that because often the helping kind of professions, so like the doctors, the nurses, and counselor and that kind of thing, they wear blue.
I love that.
But when I ordered this costume, blue was not available, so I guess it was red.
So you just have to do different leadership at the. Well, I love that we can maybe start a GoFundMe and get you a blue Star Trek outfit because. You need a second one, and especially once you get out of Canada, which I've predicted will be 2028 when you're allowed to leave and come back to the States for Halloween, right? Because that's really what I know you're missing is you'll need a new uniform. Those of us who love and miss you in Texas, we're going to need to see you in something else. So we'll make sure that we have a nice blue outfit waiting for you at the Fullweilers.
Sounds great. Can't wait.
2028 is your year. So Father Darryl, do you dress up as anything else than Star Trek when you trick or treat with the Fullweiler children, or is this our go-to?
The one year I had one of those, I don't know if you've seen, there was a viral video that went out a few years ago of someone who had a Chewbacca mask.
Yes.
And it connects with your mouth. So when you open the mouth, it makes the sound.
Oh, she was so funny. That was a great video.
Yeah, so I brought that along the one year. So I'm walking around. I had like a Star Wars shirt on. It was like, "May the Force be with you," and on the back it said, "And with your spirit." Which is the Catholic response.
See what you did there.
And my Chewbacca mask.
I love it.
Yeah,
you brought the Catholicism with you as you took candy from children. No, I'm just kidding. The Fullweilers shared their candy. And as anyone who follows them, we all know Joe Fullweiler only goes as a banana. That's his one costume. So if you don't know that, you'll have to tune in and see Joe Fullweiler dressed up as a banana. So, but here's a really serious question. And this comes from my executive producer and assistant, Anna. She begged me to ask you this. Okay. So I've got to do this for Anna. She wants to know, all right, you pretend you have a blue uniform on right now. Okay. Pretend you're on the Enterprise new generation. I don't know what you're on. And we're all trekked out and you're going to have mass. You are a priest. Okay, on the Enterprise, first one, galactic priest. At this point, I'm going to make you a cardinal because, or the Pope of space. Can we make up things?
This might be a cardinal outfit, maybe because I'm wearing red.
Oh, perfect.
I don't know.
That's right, because it's red. See, you just weren't thinking about it. So you're a Vatican cardinal that you've been assigned the Enterprise, and you're going to do the first mass in space. Who would be the lectors? I want you to think of Star Trek characters. Anna came up with this. Who would be the cantor? Who would be the ushers? I don't know. Fill in the blanks. How fun is that?
My.
And who's the cranky secretary
really tough stuff
that works at the front desk?
Part of me thinks that Captain Picard should be the lector.
Okay.
He's got the voice. He's got the sound. He's got the Shakespearean thing going on.
He does.
I think he would make a great lector.
Okay, we'll let him know.
Yeah. Let's see. As far as who's actually sang on that show, Data can sing.
Data can sing.
And actually in real life,
what is he, a robot or is he
an android? He's an android. And in real life, Brent Spiner, the actor who plays Data, and Patrick Stewart, who plays Captain Picard, and I think a couple of other actors, they actually released an album in the 90s.
No.
Kind of this spoof, sort of a weird album. So they can actually sing. They're
they can do that.
Performers.
So mass could happen in space. We could actually make Anna's dreams come true.
I mean, I've even thought about this in real life.
How are you?
I mean, I'm a bit of a space nut, if you haven't noticed this already.
Not just sci-fi. You're also,
right.
You really are into space and into photography, which I want to get into that as well, because your photography, I'm a fan. He knows who to send his photos to, because I freak out every time.
I mean, it's nice living in a kind of a more rural area. We get some nice nightscapes. So if you're watching the video behind me, I've got a Milky Way shot I did a couple of months ago.
Your work is amazing.
But yeah, so I'm like really into space science technology. I have an engineering background. So I've thought, it'd be cool to figure out how to say mass like on the International Space Station.
Yeah.
I get motion sick, so that ain't going to work. But Jesus has been up on the space station and on the space shuttle.
Really?
There's been a few times now where astronauts have had permission to bring a little Pix with hosts with them, and they could receive, maybe once a week while they're up on their tour on the space station. So Jesus has been in space. He also created space, but he's also been in space.
We needed to take him.
No, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool stories.
That
I guess
is really cool. Yeah. Have you ever met any of the Catholic astronauts?
I don't think I've ever met an astronaut, so I'm going to go with no. I have seen one in person.
All the way around.
But I heard a talk by Chris Hadfield, a famous Canadian astronaut, but
is he Catholic?
Didn't meet him, no.
No, he's just an astronaut. That would be amazing.
He's Canadian. So.
He's Canadian. Well, yeah.
Yes.
So you and I actually watched the launch together. I don't know if you remember that. That was like early in the pandemic. We like synced up our TVs and we watched a launch. It was a pretty exciting moment in space history. What was so great about that? What was so great about that moment for you?
I don't remember which launch we watched. It was probably a SpaceX.
Yeah, it was.
I'm guessing.
It was SpaceX.
Okay.
It was like the first. They hadn't done it in like forever. It was like.
Was it the Falcon Heavy?
I think so.
It was like one of these big rockets.
We'll say yes.
Because sure, let's do that. So SpaceX has been working on, and actually right now they're working on the largest rocket ever made. But the heavy version of their Falcon rocket was kind of a stopgap, and even at that point, when it flew, it was the biggest operational rocket in the world.
That's
and
amazing.
I think they were hoping to fly some payloads to Mars or something. Was this the one where they launched the car?
No. I don't think so.
No, this wasn't the car one.
I'm gonna have to go back and look at our texts with each other and see what it was a big deal. We were excited, but also it was early in the pandemic, so everybody was excited about anything. Let's be honest. We had all it was we were all desperate for anything. So what is the connection for you for God and space? Like, do you find any connection with even with sci-fi, like with Star Trek? Because I know it's not something that you take lightly. Look, if anybody knows you love hockey, you love photography, you love space, and you love sci-fi. So does God fit in there any place at all, being a priest? And I know you bring those elements into your homilies and the things that you put out in the world.
Very much so. It's the beauty of creation, right? Which I think leads us to the beauty of the Creator. So for me, when I'm taking photos of, up here we get the Northern Lights, or of the Milky Way galaxy, or even just pictures of my dog, which, to be honest, that's most of my pictures. Chloe
is the cutest dog ever. She's very photogenic, and you're a really great photographer.
Thanks. To me, it's connection with the one who made it.
Yeah.
Made all of these things, right? So I find that very inspiring. And, some of the things when I'm taking pictures of space particularly, there's a lot of time involved. In order to capture a picture of the Milky Way, like what's behind me, you can't see that much detail with the naked eye. Not possible. So what you have to do is you have to set your camera up to take, what I usually do is to take about 30 seconds worth of an exposure. And that amount of patience lets the light in. And for me, it's a real metaphor for patience in our real life, Yeah. That if we're patient before the Lord, we might not notice the change immediately, but he's at work and he's revealing himself and inviting us to patiently be with him and to wait for the Lord, as it says in Psalm 37. So there we go. Relate scripture to space.
I love it. And with Star Trek, how does that work out? Do you see redemption or character story arcs specifically in that franchise that connects anything with God? Or you're like, stop. It's just Picard. I just love, Sigourney Weaver and Galaxy Quest. Is it just...
Galaxy Quest is pretty great. That is
Tim Allen.
I'll borrow from Will Wheaton, who played Wesley Crusher. Galaxy Quest is the best Star Trek movie.
It is. I mean, and there's a whole thing about that. Like, I know it was supposed to be, I think, originally a parody, but people are like, no, it's Star Trek. Like, it counts. Like, it's legit. It's real fans love Galaxy Quest. And sometimes you can just love things just to love things. So let's ask you this. What's your favorite Halloween candy? What can we mail to Canada since you're going to be in lockdown until 2028 and you don't have a pillowcase from the Fulweilers to walk around to get candy? What's your favorite?
Well, my favorite is something that I've only ever seen in Canada.
Oh.
It's a chocolate bar called Coffee Crisp.
Ooh.
I think it's a Nestle brand chocolate bar. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure I've never seen it in the US.
Yeah, we don't give that out to the children.
Yeah. It's chocolate with like little wafers in the middle of it, and it's flavored like coffee.
Well, what's not to love it? Why do we not have that here? Like, I feel like Americans we love coffee. You know, we invented Starbucks. So you would think we'd be all over that. All right. So what's your favorite American candy that you get on Halloween?
Oh boy.
Are you a chocolate guy? You like chocolate?
I like chocolate.
Yeah.
There's one up here. We call them Rockets. I think in the US they're called Smarties. Are your Smarties kind of like hard, sort of sugary,
powdery?
Sort of
like when they kind of have like a little, they come in a wrapper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, for us, Smarties are kind of like M&Ms in a way. Like it is a different thing entirely.
Oh.
So you call Smarties, we call Rockets.
Okay.
And those things are utterly addictive. Like they're dangerously addictive.
They're really good with chocolate. I like eating my Smarties with chocolate, which I know you also like Disney and stuff, and like Universal Studios, they have at Harry Potter World, they have Miss Bisbees or Busbees. I don't know what they're called. My kids are going to hate me because they make me buy them, like 14 of them every time we go. But it kind of tastes like what a Smartie and a chocolate together with crunch. Like it's kind of like, that's kind of what it has, like a fruity situation. I don't know. But you'll have to try Smarties or Rockets with don't do it with the coffee. That might not work with your coffee crisp situation. I don't know. So
yeah.
Well, listen, I wanted to quiz you a little bit and see how much of a Star Trek fan you really are. Are you so nervous?
Yeah, I am.
I'm nervous. I started looking, and I'm going to go on my phone because I took so many Star Trek quizzes last night. It was unbelievable. And I was like, do I do quotes? Do I do whatever? First of all, you guys are really serious. Like, Star Trek fans don't play. They are like, y'all are a community. Can I just say that? It's really beautiful. I also got a lot of these wrong, and I'm going to try to be very nice. I don't want to embarrass you on, obviously this is international, right? This is now international. Because we have a Canadian
the pressure
guest.
is just like, ugh.
You're going to do fine. Because guess what? This doesn't matter.
Now, I will say this. I did grow up in the Next Generation era. Deep Space Nine's the best
That's
series
right.
of
That's
them
your
all.
favorite.
Which I know this is going to be like so controversial for all of your listeners.
I love it.
But, I'm just stirring the pot. Which is to say, the original series, oddly enough, I don't know as well. I mean, I've seen them, but
then I'm not going to ask you. The first question was, which episode premiered September 8th, 1966? Why would anyone know that, by the way? Unless that's something really famous.
So that would have been the second pilot? Would that be where No Man Has Gone Before?
Okay, that was one of the options. Okay, you are amazing. The answer is The Man Trap.
Oh, yeah, okay. I should have known that. It's the first episode. I should have known that.
That's the first episode?
I think so.
So it started in 1966.
Yeah.
Still going strong. That's amazing. Okay, well then you are amazing. Okay, which cast member was in both, quote, The Cage and, quote, Where No Man Has Gone Before?
So that's the one I was thinking.
I can give you choices if you need them.
Spock was in both of them.
Yeah, what's his name?
Leonard Nimoy.
Okay, you totally nailed that. Father Darryl.
I mean, there was also
you
what's
nailed
his name?
it.
The guy who played Christopher Pike was in both of them.
I love that you're changing this quiz.
Anyway.
I love that you're saving souls right now. I hope there's a Trekkie that's listening and is like, I wasn't pro Jesus, but now that I know that there's a priest who loves sci-fi as much as me, I can love sci-fi and God. Look at what we're doing today. Do Do you see
Sure.
the bridges were made? It's like the Enterprise Bridge. Did you hear? How impressed are you that I knew that? That there's a bridge on.
Oh, Pontifex, right? There you go, bridge builder.
Okay, let's see if you know this. Mark Leonard played the Vulcan ambassador and Spock's father, Sarek. Is that how
Yep.
you say it?
Yep.
And what other character in the original Star Trek? Okay, so this is again an original.
Oh boy.
I can give you options.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to say them all wrong. Andorian ambassador, Romulan commander, Romulan ambassador, Federation commissioner. I said all
I
that
want to
wrong.
say he was a Romulan.
Romulan. You're so kind.
And I'll say commander because it's a 50-50 shot.
You nailed it.
Oh, there we go.
Look at you. That is amazing. Well, all these are original ones. I feel bad asking, but you're really killing it. Okay, William Campbell had 2 roles in the original Star Trek. That of Trelane? Do you know that word? And which Klingon? I remember the Klingons. They were the bad guys.
Okay.
I can give you options.
All right.
Koloth, Kor, Kang, Korax. I said all that wrong.
Okay. I don't. So what was the name of the guy again?
William Campbell had 2 roles in the original Star Trek, that of Trelane, Trelane, and which Klingon? Koloth, Kor, Kang, Korax.
Well, I don't think he was Kor because
No, he wasn't Kor.
That one appeared on Deep Space Nine as well. The same actor, by the way.
That's amazing.
I'm going to say Kang because I don't think it was Koloth either.
It was Koloth.
Was it Koloth?
It was.
I guess I'm getting them mixed up.
No,
All right, there
are
we
you
go.
kidding? You're amazing. This one is the last one I wanted to ask you because I wanted to see if you knew, because I thought this was interesting because I know who this person is in Star Trek. Which of the following was one of Lieutenant Sulu's hobbies? Or do you even need me to say? Do you know what his hobby was? I can give you the choices.
Okay.
Okay. Botany, history, magic, hiking. Do you know? Lieutenant Sulu.
This I do not know.
Really?
I would have said fencing.
That's hilarious. Well, they have botany as the answer. Did he
Okay.
do botany? Sulu?
Guess he must have.
We don't know. Nobody wants to watch those. Those are the old
He flew
ones.
the ship.
Deep Space Nine is where it's at. And Galaxy
Yeah.
Quest.
Yeah. The botanist on Deep Space Nine was Keiko O'Brien.
See, of course you would know that. See, I was trying to, you did great. I'm really impressed, Father Darryl. You are incredible. I love your love of all the things, because here's the thing. You're passionate about everything you do. You're a passionate priest, which we appreciate. That's why they chose you for chancellor. And now you're taking canon law classes. So, which is different than space. Oh, Latin. Yeah. So I can tell by your face. You love Galaxy Quest and Latin equally. I was just kidding.
Right. Sure.
The bishop
I don't know
is
how
listening.
to translate never give up, never surrender. I'm going to have to do that.
That is their big quote. Never give up, never surrender. You are just such a pleasure and such a joy. I want to thank you for doing all that you do for the church. For those who do want to check out your amazing space pictures, and by that I mean Chloe, where can people follow you, Father Darryl?
I am on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at FR Darryl. That's Darryl spelled DA 2 R's YL, because there's a million ways of spelling my first
That's
name.
true.
At FR Darryl. Or saskapriest.com. I'm from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. Saskapriest.com has all the links. Everything's up there. So
Perfect.
be nice to meet you.
Oh, I love it. And soon you'll be posting all those winter pictures that we'll see for months, because you guys should be getting some blizzards any moment now.
Yep.
Well, sir, thank you so much for your time. You guys don't go anywhere, because you are tuned into It's Not That Late with Liv Harrison. Happy Halloween. Welcome back to It's Not That Late with Liv Harrison and Taylor Stroll. You guys, today was Halloween Day. It starts off the Triduum of All Hallows Eve, All Saints Day, All Souls Day. November 1st is a holy day of obligation. But before you get to trick or treat with your kids and wear costumes and do all the things. So I was dressed up for this episode. Father Darryl was my guest. He was dressed up. But we wanted to do something because Taylor was in town and I live here. Instead of having like great Halloween candy, I thought I'm going to do this. One of my top 10 favorite films, just listen, is Meet Me in St. Louis. And in that film, they have a cake for Halloween. And every year I asked my mom if we could have a cake for Halloween. And every year she said, no, you get a ton of candy, Liv. You don't need cake. It might have been because I was chubby, but anyway.
None of this makes sense so far.
It's true.
Hey, you're not allowed cake, but you could have a bag full of candy.
Well, that was free. She wasn't going to go get a Halloween cake. Like, we were already going to have candy all night. She was like, why would we have cake? I don't know. But, I mean, I'm just saying Judy Garland had cake in Meet Me in St. Louis. So I always wanted to have cake for Halloween. It's true. And so I was thinking about shipping one in. Because I like to ship in things. You hate this. So
no, I love it. It's free stuff for me.
I know. I send him stuff, but anyway. So we have some cupcakes under here that I've cut up, and I have the answers under this card because we don't have an assistant today. It's just you and me, kid. And we're going to close our eyes.
I think you introduced your assistant on this episode.
You're going to close your eyes. We might have.
Can we break the fifth wall for a second?
We've broken all the walls.
We're recording this part months later because Nathan was supposed to be here.
Yeah,
and we were supposed to play a candy game, and we don't have candy, so we're playing cupcakes.
So we're doing Judy Garland. We're going to close our eyes and we're going to do a taste test and see if we know cupcakes. Can I have that water over there, by the way? I need some for the cupcakes. Okay, so there are 5 different cupcakes. I'm not going to tell you what the options are. I'm not going to tell you anything, okay? And we're going to have to try them, but you got to close your eyes. You can't look.
How am I supposed to get the cupcake from under there into my mouth?
You're going to close your eyes, and you're going to feel the paper towel, and you're going to take it off, and then you're going to start putting cake in your mouth.
I'm wearing black. Like there's going to be cupcake all over me.
You're excited about this.
Oh, yes. I forgot. I love cupcakes.
Do you?
Yeah, and when I can see them.
Don't cheat. Okay, so everyone who's listening, enjoy this little me and Taylor eating cupcakes for Halloween. Exactly. Those of you watching, I don't know what to say.
I feel like this is, what I feel like this is, it's just like at Halloween where you go to what are they called? The scary houses? What are they called?
Like a haunted house.
Haunted house. There you go. We were prepared for this. I feel like you put your hand into a box and you don't know what it is. That's what I feel like this is.
That's the point.
Okay.
But this isn't going to be like.
Do I eat the cupcake yet?
Okay. Take off the paper towel. Okay. My eyes are closed, Taylor. Move the paper towel.
Wait. I thought. What?
What? Move the paper towel, Taylor. No, what's bad is that we don't know if we have the same cupcake that we're looking at.
Well, I do because my eyes are open. And I didn't remove the whole thing. Just pick one out from under it like I'm doing.
Here, where are you at? Okay.
This is great.
All right, ready?
Sure.
Go.
Okay.
I don't know if I can eat this many cupcakes.
It was chocolate.
Yeah.
It was brown.
Mm-hmm. That was totally chocolate. Which I have to say, oh.
This is a disaster.
I just spit cupcake out.
I have one question.
Uh-huh.
Do you think this segment would have gone better with candy?
Probably.
I don't. Because I'm not sure either of us know what we're doing. Happy Halloween!
All right, get the next one. Oh,
Okay.
I keep spitting out cupcakes.
Eyes closed.
Oh, I just hit the mic.
Okay.
I just hit the mic
Eating
with the
cupcake.
cupcake.
Oh, gross. I don't like this one.
I don't, yeah.
I don't like it. The first cupcake tasted like you imported it from somewhere good.
Yeah.
The second cupcake tasted like a child made it at a church pavilion.
Or like the Easy Bake Oven. You had sisters.
I think those were slightly higher quality than what I just ate.
This did taste like, why am I like not able to do this? This did taste like church fair bazaar, like you buy it like 50 cents for one thing.
We might have to go through the experience again because we're not sure if we just ate the same cupcake or not.
We did.
Oh, we did?
Yep.
Because you're looking?
Because I looked.
Okay.
Okay, wait, now go up. Yeah, go that way. Yep.
I don't know what that means.
Go here.
Go this one?
This. Feel my hand.
My eyes are open. I can look at it without looking at it because I'm a human grown adult that cannot look at things.
I think people are going to love when I do these.
Almond. There's an almond.
Are you allergic?
Yep.
Are you allergic?
No.
Oh my God.
You opened your eyes though when you thought I was dying.
I did. I was going to save you.
Chubby bunny.
Now that's something else that we used to do in youth ministry all the time. We recorded something about youth
That one
ministry.
tasted like almonds. Mm-hmm. An almond cupcake.
But that's like the wedding cupcake, like wedding places, wedding receptions.
It kind of tastes like marriage, to be honest. It's like you mostly like it, but there's parts of it that kind of suck.
No, marriage.
Who said that?
Who said that? I'm in a good place in my marriage, but I get it. There's been times where I've been like, we're in a good spot right now.
You were just in New York for 17 days, and your husband is currently gone.
19 days. And my husband is now in Pittsburgh. We were home together 24 hours.
So you didn't think you were going to get tips for a healthy marriage, but just don't spend any time together and you'll be in a good place.
That's actually the wrong thing to do. I would like to recommend don't leave your spouse for 19 days.
I would like to recommend that to you.
I FaceTimed him so much. He was like, I can't even tell that you're gone. Okay. Are you ready?
Sure.
Go to the next one. I'm going to get sick. This one is falling apart. Is yours falling apart?
Yep.
That's weird.
I'm watching it fall apart.
Oh.
Ah.
Almost choked. That's my favorite one.
Nilla.
Oh my God.
Nilla. I like Nilla.
That's so good. That is fantastic. Okay. I keep running into my microphone. Why are my eyes so closed?
I'm still not quite at, you put the cupcake in your mouth, which is where the secret ends. And then I've watched you keep your eyes shut for 20 seconds after every cupcake. I'm like, what are you doing?
Oh my gosh.
This is my favorite segment of this show so far. I love this. We are literally just wasting time.
It's awesome. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Halloween candy would have made more sense, but
It wouldn't.
I didn't have. I just spilled water everywhere. Okay, we have one left. I don't know if I can do it.
Why are we doing this?
I don't know.
All right, let's do it. We just got to get it done with. Final cupcake.
Close your eyes.
No.
Taylor, do it.
This one's dry.
It is.
I don't like it. We didn't even get to try the pink kind, and that's the kind I like.
You did try the. I keep spitting. All right. I know all the answers.
Yep.
Are you ready? Number 1, chocolate.
Yep. You spit on me. Thank you.
Did I really?
Yep.
Oh my gosh. This is terrible. Number 2, strawberry. That was the one that was like, you have it on your beard.
I know. This is
Why'd you freak out?
because you touched my mouth.
I was trying to help. That's one that tasted like a kid, or like the bad one from
Oh, that's weird.
a church bazaar. It didn't taste like strawberry at all. Good gosh, how much do we have all over us?
I told you this is a bad
Messy.
idea.
This was a terrible idea. Number 3 was almond, which tasted like marriage.
Almonds.
Now, number 4 at the bakery that I got it from, they call it special white cake. Are we allowed to say special white?
I think the chocolate one was very special too. It's just my opinion.
I'm just saying. I don't know if we should say that. I think.
I just realized that was a joke because my wife's chocolate colored, and almonds, which I said were marriage, is what we are together.
Yeah.
White on the inside and brown on the outside.
You have children. 3 of them.
Yep, that was the point I was making.
Oh my gosh, but that white special cake is my favorite. But that's one that crumbles, I guess, because it's so whatever. And the last was Italian cream, which was awful. Italian cream
There's a joke in there about white people being flaky. But that's a whole other thing.
It's not that late. So that was our Halloween eating. Oh, golly. Now I know why my mom didn't want me to have cake on Halloween. Do you guys do anything special? Is there any kind of I'm cleaning this
For the radio audience, she's literally just cleaning right now.
I'm cleaning, which I don't clean. I don't know. Okay, it's bothering me. But do you guys do anything? Do you have any traditions for Halloween? Something that you eat?
Yeah, what we do is we go and we get dressed up. and we go around our neighborhood
Yeah.
and we knock on our neighbors' houses.
Stop.
And they want us to go away so much that they give us free cupcakes to leave.
They do not give you cupcakes. They give you candy.
I once received a whole cake.
Are you serious?
No. Trying to salvage this disaster of a segment.
I love this segment. Watch people write in and be like, that was the best segment I've ever seen. They might.
Really?
Listen, I'll tell you, I have a friend and they eat chili cheese dogs every single Halloween. That is what they eat. And then I have friends who do tamales. That's not you.
That was racist. She said tamales and then pointed at me.
I was like, maybe it was you. Maybe you do tamales.
No.
That's not you?
No. But I almost...
Or chili?
I almost got arrested on Halloween when I was a kid.
Why?
Because I ran from the police and they couldn't catch me.
Why were you running from the police?
So my cousin and I, there was a rule in, I guess I'll see the city, statute of limitations. We should be good. In Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And there was a rule that like once you hit like 13 or 14, I forget what it was. It was young-ish. It was like 13 or 14. I think once you were a teenager, you couldn't go trick-or-treating anymore.
No.
Like it was just for like 12 and younger, which I get it's mostly for kids. And it's weird that if an 18-year-old does it.
That's crazy.
But there still needs to be a transition time for, teenagers. Well, we didn't like that rule. So we got dressed up in costumes, mostly to cover our faces. And the cop car that was like stationed in the neighborhood to police the 13-year-olds getting free candy, they got out of their car and we took toilet paper and we wrapped their cop car.
You wrapped a cop car?
We did. And then they chased after us, but they were police who ate too many cupcakes and we were jumping over fences. And
you got away?
We got away and went back to their cop car and wrapped it some more while they were chasing us. And then we went back inside. Greatest Halloween ever.
Is that really your greatest Halloween ever?
100. I mean, who has a better story than that? It's the best. Much
and
better
now you're a youth minister, or you became one, and now you're with youth and you teach them. What if they did that to your car today? What would you do?
Oh, I think it'd be hilarious.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. You wouldn't mind.
Oh, they'd be cleaning it up, but it'd be funny for them at the moment and me watching them the next day clean it up.
What did you dress up as? Do you even remember?
That time, I don't remember. But my best costume ever was, it was October 31st and I didn't have a costume. So I ripped one of my t-shirts and put on rollerblades. And I'm like, I'm a skater.
My sister-in-law, one time she went as a birthday party and her mom made like a table. And she walked around like this with a table and it had like hats and plates and like, no? I thought that was really creative.
It's really strange.
I loved it.
What a strange ending to the strangest segment in It's Not That Late's history.
Listen, we want you all to have a great Halloween and to make good and safe choices. Don't do anything Taylor Troll says to do. And give your kids cake. You guys, this has been, and don't go anywhere because you're still listening to It's Not
They're
That
not listening
Late
anymore.
with Liv Harrison. Welcome back to It's Not That Late with Liv Harrison. You guys, thanks for tuning in for this special Halloween, extravaganza, thinking of all the things that's, happening with candy and costumes. Have a fun time as a family dressing up. Or if you're a kid, if you're a college kid and, do all the things, go get the candy, y'all. Like dress up, have a good time. And then be in mass for All Saints Day. All right. November 1st. It happens every year. You shouldn't be shocked. You should know this is happening. Be at mass. And then All Souls Day, do something really beautiful and reverent. And there's some really neat things that, there's some indulgences that you can receive around this time. So maybe we'll put some links to that in my link tree on Instagram and things where you can learn maybe a little bit more that you didn't know. But you saw today, a priest can dress up like a Star Trek captain and do mass the next day. You can do all the things, all the fun. Have an extraordinary time. Welcome to the holiday season, you guys. We're almost done with 2021, and it has been a blast spending it doing this last part with y'all with this great show. I appreciate all the follows, everyone subscribing, liking the comments, interact with me, being in the studio audience, all the things. Be safe out there, pray, and be extraordinary. Until next time, this has been It's Not That Late with Liv Harrison. Bye, y'all.